All right, guys, it is August 9th, 2020, Sunday. So I haven't updated the channel for a couple of weeks on the 55, and I have not been able to do a whole lot to the 55. We had rain for pretty much a whole week every day, and so I didn't get out here and finish my body work on my stuff, like the doors, the fenders, and the inner fenders and stuff because of the rain. I'm not going to do the stuff in the garage because it's going to make a mess in the garage with body filler dust everywhere, and I have to paint a ton of parts, so I'm trying to keep the garage as dust-free as I can. So, that was 2 weeks ago that we had all the rain, well, up into the week here, this past week. I ended up going to work at a collision shop because a friend of mine, his helper quit, and he was pretty much in a bind, needed some help. So I went over there and worked this past week there. I do finally, I have a couple of jobs lined up for my business, which is Old Car Resurrection Mobile Vintage Car Repair. One of them is my cousin's 55 2R hardtop, but I told him I was trying to get some stuff done on my car first, so I could get, the paint could be curing out. Then I'll go work on his car for a few days, and he's cool with it. He said whatever, whenever. He didn't care. So anyway, I ended up getting another call. I got another guy wanting me to work on an old Ford pickup. I got to do a tune-up, a carb rebuild, I put a starter on. The list has actually grown over the last 3 days from the same guy's truck, so which is good. It's more work, it's more labor. So anyway, the collision shop I went to work at, I worked with the guy several years ago at a different shop, and then a couple of years ago he opened his own place. I like the guy, so I went over and helped him out all through the week. Got paid, which was nice. It's been a while since I've had a paycheck. He is actually wanting me to go full-time there, and I can't do it. Collision work is not my favorite thing to do, so it'd be a part-time gig. Plus, I have my own business. I'm not going to go work a full-time gig doing collision 5 days a week and then try to do my customer stuff on the weekends because that'd be 7 days a week working, and it's going to burn me out. And there's no me time, no wife time, there's no 55 time. So that just ain't happening. So I'm going to talk to him tomorrow and see if we can just set up a set schedule where it's every day of the week, same thing, and maybe work at least 2 days, maybe 3 days a week, at least until my business starts picking up a little bit more. That way, I'll have a steady check. I know money coming in, exactly how much coming in, so this will kind of help out with some future endeavors I have planned here. So I've tried to shift my focus the last couple of days on how I can get more subscribers on my channel. And I realize the reason that I don't have a lot of subscribers is because my video quality sucks. I was good with that at first. I started my YouTube channel in 2017 with the only reason I did it was because a lot of my friends and family were a long way away, and they always wanted to see what I was doing or how I did something, wanted to keep up with me basically. So it was kind of a way for them to tune in and see what I'm up to. So, well, now it's got to the point where I have so many channels that I'm subscribed to that I watch these guys build their cars or bikes or whatever it is. Some of these channels, these guys are getting a little bit of income through YouTube with their ads and stuff. And I don't know how much it is. I'm still green at this. I don't really know all the ins and outs of it. But I do know, and a lot of people probably don't know this either, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours before you are eligible for AdSense. So, and then once you do that, I guess they review your channel. I don't know who reviews it, but I guess they look at your channel and make sure your content is okay or whatever, which was probably me out here throwing things, cussing, saying the F word every 5 seconds, which I do that, but I probably won't do that on video. Anyway, so that is how you get ads. So the 4,000 watch hours, and this is another thing I didn't know. If you skip around on people's videos, that cuts down that watch hour time. So I guess I didn't know you were supposed to watch videos in full length, so I'm guilty of it myself. So anyway, another thing I didn't know. And also, the ads that you see, like if you go to somebody's channel and you click on it and an ad comes up, let's say it's political, we'll say that, political, like vote for so-and-so. That doesn't mean that that person that has that channel, that's who they're voting for. You don't know what ad you're getting. I mean, it could be for hemorrhoid cream, you know. You don't have hemorrhoids, you know what I mean? So anyway, you see what I'm saying. You don't know what you're gonna get. So, and I'm fine with it. It'd just be nice to have a little bit of income coming in extra for doing this, videos and stuff. But, you know, a lot of the guys I've seen, they will say, well, it ain't that much money. It's nothing. Well, the way I'm looking at it is if I go out there to the mailbox and there's a $20 check in there, that is a container of buffing compound or a couple of rolls of masking tape, a roll of masking paper. I mean, 20 bucks is 20 bucks to me. I'm not a rich guy. You know, 20 bucks is gonna help. So that's where I'm looking at. So what I've decided to do, I'm gonna try to improve my channel more. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna buy a GoPro. A lot of the video channels that I watch, the guys, that's what they use are GoPros. And the video quality is great. But the best thing for me about a GoPro is accessories. I can drive right down here to my local Walmart, which I have one this end and I got one at that end. I can go to either one of them and buy accessories, batteries, whatever I need, because Walmart has a huge selection of GoPro accessories. So I have decided I'm going to save a little bit of money, and I'm going to try to get a GoPro to do it with. Now I've never owned a GoPro, so there's a lot to learn on that. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and the one I've decided that I want is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now it is the older model, but for what I do, it's perfect. I don't have to spend the extra money on the 8. The Hero 8, I guess it is a lot better, but for what I do with car building vlogs and stuff, it'll be fine. I'm not going to be on a mountain bike riding down a mountain at 45 miles an hour, you know. So anyway, the other thing I plan on doing with the channel is I'm going to go a little bit further than just me here in the garage or under the carport. Me being in the old car industry around here, I know lots of people, even around my old hometown that I used to live in. So I've decided I'm going to start going to some of the guys' places, their shops, their garages, out in their fields where their cars, old cars are. And I'm going to do some vlogs of, you know, other guys' stuff, what they're working on and stuff like that. I just think it'll be pretty fun. And then, so I'll try to have not only my projects going, but I'll have other guys that don't mess with YouTube have their stuff that I can go back like once a month and show progress on, you know. So I think that'll be kind of fun. I know of a couple of old salvages that one of them doesn't even advertise, and it has tons of old stuff in it. I'm real good friends with the guy that is there, so I'm going to go out and do an old salvage vlog basically out there. So it's just, that's what I got coming up. But anyway, right now my focus is I need to try to get this part-time job, make sure that's going to work out. I'll find out tomorrow when I go back over there to work. But if that's the case, I'm going to try to put back a little bit of money every paycheck. And I have a 55 four-door sedan found. I've known about the car for a couple of years. It's not going anywhere. The guy's not advertising it. He's more of a collector than he is a seller. But the reason he would sell the car to me is obviously I'm a 55 guy, but he has a 55 Nomad that I used to own, and that is what his next project is. And so that's why I think he's wanting to get rid of the 55 four-door to me. So this 55 four-door, it's not going to be a restoration project for me. It's basically going to be a patina rat rod style car. This guy pulled this 55 into his shop in the 90s. They took the side trim off of it, the windows out of it, the grill, the headlights, the taillights, that type of stuff. And they had planned on doing, you know, bodywork and paint on it. And then they never went any further with it. So I want the car, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bolt it back together. I'm going to put all the glass back in it, put the trim back on it, and I'm just going to put it together like it is. Probably put a blanket over the seat and May end up buying a new carpet kit for it, but you know, it's gonna need a lot of work. But I have tons of 55 parts here. My cousin, he's got a 55 hardtop, and he bought all new stuff. Some of his stuff that was on his car was already reproduction, but he went ahead and bought all new again. He gave me all his old stuff, so I have boxes of spare 55 parts. Not only that, I have tons of spare 55 parts, and I have extra parts that I bought when I first bought my hardtop that I ended up changing, and now I have those parts that are brand new on the shelf that I can put on this car. I want to make this four-door my tool truck, basically. You know, I have my 87 GMC square body that I drive, but this 55 four-door, I'm going to take the back seat out and leave it out. I'm just going to panel it in there like a business coupe with no back seat. That way I can put my welder in there, my plasma cutter, my big tools. It'll just work great that way. And that way, if it's raining, that stuff is protected inside the car. Whereas, like if I load my welder and stuff to go to a shop, I have to try to pack it all inside my truck in the cab, and it's just not ideal. I'm going to end up tearing up my seat or, you know, something. So with that 55 Ford, it would be great for that. Also, it is a 6-cylinder car, which is, I think, it'd just be great. I would like to put a small block 350 in it, but I'll live with a 6-cylinder, you know. But anyway, this guy thinks the old car, he goes, oh, it'll run, you know. Well, I'm sure it will run, but it's going to have the gas tank dropped and drained and cleaned, and, you know, the radiator's going to need, you know, cleaned out, the cooling system flushed. It's going to need all the rubber stuff replaced. You know, it's probably going to need wiring as well. But I have so much extra parts here that I really wouldn't have to spend a lot of money on the car to get it back on the road. He does have other parts cars there, 4-doors as well, out the back, and I'm going to see if I can vlog those as well. But anything that I need off them other cars, he said I could have with it. So not as extra, but it's like if one part's better on another car than that one, that type of deal. So anyway, that's what I want to do. I want to try to save up my money, and I'm going to buy this car. It's priced very well. He's kept the license plate current, even though he doesn't drive it, so it won't cost me that much at the tag office to get it changed over and stuff. So anyway, that's what's upcoming. I definitely want to do another 55 for my next channel project, but it is not going to get messed with until this hardtop's done, because my wife would probably kick me out, basically, if I started working on another car. I've already put a couple of projects in front of this one a couple of times, and of course they're already down the road and sold, but which worked out because I got to be able to take that money and put it into my 55. But anyway, so that's what's coming up with the channel, and that's the plan. So the car show I was trying to make with my hardtop on the 25th of September at Claremore Lake has been canceled for COVID-19. Next show in line is October 10th, which this whole time I thought it was the 2nd. So I ended up gaining days, and then I turned around and lost them for a week's worth of rain and then going to work. So I can't win, basically. I mean, I kind of did because I'm making money now. Money's good. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get back on this door and see what I can get finished today.